पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. We have heard just now. Where are we? In the temple. When? During the satsanga. So what should be we? Satsangi. Satsanga is association with the Sat, the reality. And what is this world? World is time, space and object. See? So, space. We are in the temple. Time, now. Object, Narayana, Paramatma. See, spiritual gatherings must not become a place for evaluating the past events in our scriptures. One example I'll tell you. Once I was in Vrindavan. After the satsang was over, one person came and he asked me this question. That is why I don't entertain questions. He said, Swamiji, why Bhagwan Rama was hiding behind a tree and he killed Vali? So, your children are my guru. I have learned from them. American children, you talk to them, they don't answer. Like Gayatri Mantra, they invoke Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, and then Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Gayatri Mantra does not have Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha part. Gayatri Mantra is only Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. There are 24 letters. And therefore, when we do the Gayatri Anushtan, we have to do it for 2400,000 times. See? Then what is this earlier? Om Bhurbhu Swaha. This is called Vyahruti, which includes totality. See? Similarly, our children here, you ask them, hey, what do you want to become in your life? They are studying in class 9, 10. So they do Om Bhurbusa, A, U, E. And the mantra is, I don't know. It is such a powerful mantra. I use that mantra. When that person asks me, why Bhagwan Ram hiding behind a tree killed Vali? I said, I don't know. All subsequent questions stopped. No, you are avoiding. I said, look here. Are you going to evaluate Bhagwan? Are we here to surrender to him or to evaluate God? Do we have the capacity? See? He said, anyway, you ask, I'll tell you. See? Bhagwan Ram had no problem. Who killed? Wali, who was killed, he had no problem. Why you have problem? No, not like that. I want to tell you. And then he told me that he read somewhere, these are all WhatsApp graduates, WhatsApp university graduates. See? So he said that I read, somebody sent me a WhatsApp message, I read. And that becomes their source of knowledge. He said, Wali had a boon. Anybody who will come in front of him, his 50% strength will be transferred to that person, to Wali. So from that person, it will come to Wali by Bluetooth. And therefore, whosoever comes in front of him, he will be always weaker than Wali. Because Wali's strength plus his 50% withdrawn, he has become already weak. And therefore, even Ravana was defeated by Bali on the basis of this boon. Then Bhagwan Ram knew this. Therefore, he did not go in front of Bali and killed him. No, because you did not know, I thought I will tell you so you can tell others. That was the wisdom given to me by the graduate from the WhatsApp University. See. Then I told him, are you married? Immediately his color changed. Why you ask me this question? I said, because I can see from your face. Once I was here, many years before, and these people ask any type of question. One person asked me this question, a local white. Excuse me, why the Indian ladies put a .com on their forehead? I said, because you have no chance, they are gone, they are already married. So don't run after them. Oh, it is like that? I said, yes, it is like that. But then there is nothing on the face of the man. I said, there is no need. From the face you can know, he is married. There are only two types of people in this world. Those who are married and those who are happy. A happy face can be immediately known. Isn't it? And that is why when a person gets married, 50% of his strength is transferred to Ghar Wali. He is that Wali. The one who was killed by Bhagwan Ram, the Ghar Wali. So 50% strength of the man is transferred to Ghar Wali, and therefore in the office he is roaring like a lion, and at home, meow, meow. Friends, what are we going to get by this thing if it becomes only academic? See, friends, by reading the menu, our hunger is not going to be satiated. That knowledge must become our own personal experience. When the food is digested, it is assimilated and used in building the tissues, giving strength to the muscles, giving strain to the mind. But if the food is not digested, then it gets vomited. See, therefore, in the prayer of Dakshinamurti, the first shloka is Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrushiganahi Avrutam Brahmanishthaihi Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudramanandarupam Swatma Ramam Mudita Vadanam Dakshinamurti Mide. See, friends, let us not have that approach on the spiritual path. Now here, most of you, I can even say 100%, are now in the concluding stage of your life. See, is it not? Therefore, Upanishad says, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat na asti akrutaha krutena tadvijnanartham gurumeva vigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Pariksha lokan karmachitan. Just sit quiet and evaluate your own life. Have we attained contentment and fulfillment in life? See, when we take food and it is perfectly all right, so there is a physiological onkar. Oh, khane mein maja aa gaya, contentment. Thereafter, do we like to eat again more? Enough. See, now after that what? Food is done, everything is perfect. Now nothing to do, nowhere to go. Therefore, let us go and lie down. Now be attentive. When we sleep, what do we get? What is the experience of sleep? And those who do not get sleep, they take medicines and go to sleep. Why? See? And you all must be having this experience. The husband who cannot dare look at the feet of his wife when they sleep together at night, how from he get the strength? He snores loudly. See? Grrr, grrr, grrr. Where from it comes? Because I am nobody. And I am nowhere. See, I am nobody, I am nowhere. I have nothing. Friends, the happiness of not having anything is the highest happiness. See, happiness of possession is relative. How many cars you have got? I have got one Dodge. Oh, okay. What about you? I got latest Tesla. How long are we going to talk about our possessions and our relations? None of them are to be used by us all the time. See? But if the spiritual gatherings are meant for these political or other discussions, then the very purpose of the institution of temples is defeated. See, friends, I'll tell you one example about it. I was in Malaysia and there was a North Indian type temple. North Indian temples are what? Too much of brightness, lots of colors and paintings and mirrors and everywhere. Physical, material prosperity. Okay. So I was immediately I went there. And when I went to take darshan of the Narayana, whatever gods were there, so when I taking darshan, could you imagine what the Panditji Pujari asked me? Swamiji, you are going from here to Australia, is it not? Yes. Can you arrange visa for me there? Standing before Narayana and his mind is on visa. One example. Second example. So after that, I was just standing outside my place where I was staying, saw one flag. So I thought there might be a temple there in Malaysia. So I walked almost a mile. There was one only black stone temple, no brightness, no nothing. And the moment I entered, there was a Sabhagruha in old style and a temple. The moment I went there and sat, in no time, I became completely dissolved for almost 2 hours. My friend who came with me, he was worried what happened to Swamiji. And after 2 hours when I got up, I went to the management. I said, hey, who is the Panditji here? He said, that man. So I went to that Panditji. I did namaskar, touch his feet. He said, Maharaj, why are you doing this thing? I said, no. The Chaitanya in this Vigraha is awakened. It is no more a stone. See. I didn't know which god it is. So I said, I don't know which god it is. I had not gone inside the temple. See. Then I told him, since how long you are doing this thing? He said, Swamiji, I am here for last 30 years. I have not gone out of the compound of the temple even once in my life. I cook food for the god, nothing from outside. I don't talk to anybody. I do my puja, my japa, my sadhana, and I do the worship of the Lord. That is all. I don't entertain anything beyond this. How many days? 30 years. Then only the Vigraha becomes enlivened. See, we talk about Wi-Fi waves. These are the divine waves. Therefore, when we come to these holy places like this, do not entertain topics where doubts, arguments, logic, comparison, evaluation should never be entertained. See, friends, we cannot understand everything. The intelligence required for working in the outer world and the intelligence required for working in the inner world has a different quality. See? I'll tell you an example. There was a husband. I got husband, wife, plenty examples. I'm not short of them. There was a husband, and in the morning he was standing before the mirror and took his the shaving thing and started shaving, and it plowed through. Blood came out, and he shouted, "Oh God, what these people! They take money from us and see how horrible the blade is." Wife is cool. She immediately commented, "You have nothing except complaining about the whole world." Then husband said, "See, this is the new blade I fixed. And when I did the shaving, it has gone through. It's so bad." She said, "You only know how to complain." Then she said, "Just now before you shaved, I took out the blade, pared the pencil of your son and fixed it there. When the pencil can be pared, can't you shave?" Now to that Mahamaya, what can you tell? the sharpness required for paring a pencil is of different quality, and the sharpness required for shaving is of different quality, is it not? Both are sharpness. Sharpness in the worldly things are different, and sharpness within are different. See? This is what Rama is. See? Right in the beginning of the Valmiki Ramayana, a question is asked, is there any person in this world who has got 64 virtues enumerated? And then Bhagwan Rama is quoted. See? So we say all these things. But are we there to evaluate or appreciate? No. They must come in us. See, friends. And it is for this purpose scriptures are studied. Otherwise, unwanted arguments get into our life. See? Like in one place in Holland. After my lecture, you have seen I say Bhagwan Krishna. So one person was allergic to the word Bhagwan. He said, why you call Bhagwan Krishna Bhagwan Krishna? I said, I can call you also Bhagwan. Why are you jealous? He said, no, we don't call him Bhagwan, we call him Mahapurush. How he can be Bhagwan? Who married 16,108 wives? How can he be Bhagwan? I said, okay, don't call. He doesn't need you, you need him. Friends, when we are doing Aarti, do you think Bhagwan needs Aarti? When we take food, do you think the food needs to go in our mouth? When the food goes in our stomach, is the food benefited or we are benefited? Think, friends. If we are having satsanga, who is benefited? God is not benefited. We are benefited. See? So I told that man, I said, you are married, is it not? Yes. How many wives you have got? Why? I said, I am just asking, don't tell. No, I got one wife. I said, now put your hand on your heart and tell, is she happy? Swamiji, why are you asking this thing? I said, don't reply. Not really, but I try to make her happy. I said, Bhagwan Krishna had 16,108 and he could make all of them happy. So he has to be Bhagwan. See, friends, we are here on the concluding part of our life. This is the last chance. The final announcement. The flight is going to depart soon. Enough of this. See, my friends, Bhagavad Gita you have heard so many times. What did we learn from Bhagavad Gita? Do you know Bhagavad Gita was told by whom to whom? Yesterday in Balaji Temple in New Jersey I spoke this topic. Even these basic things we are not clear and we want to evaluate what Rama did and why he did like this and all that. See. One Bhagavad Gita was told by Bhagwan Krishna to Arjuna, which we have not heard. See. Second Bhagavad Gita was told by Bhagwan Krishna, which was heard by the grace of Vedavyasa by Sanjay. That also we have not heard. See? Third Bhagavad Gita was heard by Hanumanji from Bhagwan Krishna when he was sitting on the flag of Arjuna's chariot. 3. Fourth Bhagavad Gita is Sanjay Uvacha. Sanjay told Dhritarashtra. 4 Bhagavad Gitas. Fifth Bhagavad Gita I am telling you. See, friends, and after listening to whole Bhagavad Gita, the question comes, what happened to whom? See? So let us start from our friend Dhritarashtra. He heard the whole Bhagavad Gita. After listening the Bhagavad Gita, there is no mention in the whole Mahabharata or anywhere what happened to Dhritarashtra after listening to Bhagavad Gita. Nothing happened because he was not only blind by eyes, but he was blind because of too much of possessiveness of the world. Dhritarashtra, Dhrita means holding, Rashtra in the chair. How long are we going to hold on to this world of bricks and stones? See, friends, kings are called as Raja and Babajis are called as Maharaja. See, friends, so nothing happened to Dhritarashtra. So after attending the satsang, after coming to the temple, so many things we have been doing it in our life, giving in charity. See, this temple I have constructed because Bhagwan was worried, मुझे temple ही नहीं है, कहाँ बनाऊँ, कहाँ जाऊँ. So just for His grace, okay, I'll build a temple for you, hang out. Does he need anything? Where he is not. See, friends, spiritual life is, we have to bring change in us. Otherwise, we are Dhritarashtra. See, my friends. Then, what happened to Sanjay? Sanjay says, at the end, he says, Tatcha Sanspritya Rupam Atyadbhutam Harehe Vismayo me Maharajan Hrishyami Mumuruhu. I still remember the Vishwaroop of Bhagwan Narayana, and by that very memory, horripilations come. And I am so happy. I can't contain that happiness. And conclusion is, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, knowledge digested and practice is wisdom. Knowledge undigested and talked is lecture. Mine is a lecture, yours is wisdom. See? That is Bhagwan Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Yogeshwara is not a yogi. Yoginam Ishvara. Yogeshwara Krishna. So this knowledge has to be whatever we have been going through satsanga. How many years we have been here, boss? This boss. Since how many years I am coming here? 12, 13 years. So 12, 13, 14 years. See, 14 years. So how many satsang we have heard? See? And not only me, but so many Mahatmas have come and gone. See? So Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna and Yatra Partho Dhandudharaha. See, active spiritual life is not outside. Changes must come within us. Then alone our institutions like temples, etc., they are fulfilled. One good thing I see in your temple, I have not heard, therefore I am telling. Here, the managing committee, etc., who are they, even I do not know. But in many places, the name I will not tell you, 1 year or 2 years before, they have invited me. I went, that nice temple, nice darshan, and satsang also in USA. Then last year, they said, Swamiji, we cannot invite you the same person. I said, no, don't invite. मुझे टाइम खाना मिल ही जाता है कहीं. You know what happened? You know, the committee has changed. And the earlier committee has frozen all the accounts. And the new committee doesn't have access to that. So where can we take you? Now, the case has gone in the court. And Bhagavan Krishna is playing flute. See, friends, recognize this. God doesn't need anything. Is our need. In one of the texts, Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes two ways. First, with reference to ourselves. He says, Atyanta malino deha, dehi chatyanta nirmalaha, asangohamiti jnatva shauchametat prachakshate. Body is a garbage container, but the contents, the divine is housed in the same body. See? Therefore, the divine is me, not the body. When this is achieved, that is called as real purification. Shauchametat prachakshate. But this is to be applied on ourselves. But what about others? Deho devanaya proktaha, dehi devo niranjanaha, architaha sarva bhavena swanubhutya virajate. Every body is a mobile temple of God. With this knowledge, when we start living, where is our I? I has no place. See? Until such time this I is there, we suffer. See? When we go to sleep, don't demonstrate. When we go to sleep, tell the method that we go to sleep. First thing, we withdraw from all the possessions that we have in this world. We stop talking about our achievements and failures in this world. We give up all relations, good or bad, and we come back home. Then we give up the whole house, property, everything. Then we are in our bed. And in our bed, after we come, after having given up everything, what is the last thing? I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till such time, this I is there, sleep does not begin. When this I is dropped, then the sleep begins. And what do we get in sleep? Upanishad says, Tatra mata amata bhavati, Tatra pita apita bhavati. In deep sleep, we have neither mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, rich, poor, Indian, non-Indian. We are nobody. And therefore we are happy. See, while coming, he was chanting a mantra. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धने न त्यागे नैके अमृतत्वमानशु परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति. It is not just a mechanical mantra, but न कर्मणा न प्रजया न धनेन त्यागे नैके अमृतत्वमानशु. My friends, the other day somebody asked me, Swamiji, what is your spiritual practice? I said, very simple. And it is, learn from every single experience of your life. If we cannot learn from the experience of our life, even God cannot teach us. We do say out of formality, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Krishna is Jagat Guru. If he is really Jagat Guru, he failed to teach Duryodhan, Dushyasan, Dhritarashtra. What kind of Jagat Guru is? Contrary. In the same Mahabharata, there is a character you all know, Ekalavya. Ekalavya was rejected by Dronacharya. I don't want to accept you as my disciple because he was biased in favor of Arjuna. Arjuna was very dear student. I don't want it. Rejected. Then Ekalavya didn't give up. He said, never mind. And he learned on his own. He became far superior than Arjuna. Moral of the story? We have to learn from our experiences. See? And one of the experience which has all my happy mantra is formed out of that only. One of the experience was, you have heard, who asked you? One of the mantra, who asked you? You know where I got this mantra? It was in Badrinath, many years before. I was pretty young that time. And morning 4 o'clock darshan over. There used to be one Bhagavati Amma. She is no more now. That time I was pretty young, but she was very old, more than 80 or so. So after darshan I used to go and sit with her. She used to give me a good cup of tea, therefore she was good. So I used to ask her. One day I told her, I said, Mama, yes, I am no more going to give lectures, enough of it. No more lectures. When I said like this, she started laughing. I said, why are you laughing, Amma? When there is a joke, we have to laugh, is it not? He said, what is the joke? This is her mantra. She said, who asked you? Did Narayana ask you whether you want to give lecture or not? No, he didn't ask. Did I ask you? No, you didn't ask. Whose question you are answering? This experience of yours is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. At this moment, you are nobody. See, to make this point, once I made a story. I can create any number of stories. Story manufacturing is my profession. Once, this is just a story, not real. Once, I told my friend, hey, I want to tell you something. He didn't ask. But when there is an indigestion, we vomit, isn't it? We can't keep it. So I said, hey, don't tell. You know how I became Swami, you know? I was in the jail on the charges of murder. And then somehow I managed to run out of the jail. Then how to hide myself? Therefore I became a Babaji. But don't tell anybody, okay? Because you are a good friend, I told you. No, Swamiji, why will I tell you? He also had one good friend. He also had one good friend. And there was a good friend of mine also. And then he said, Swamiji, what people are talking about you? All horrible things. Where from it started? If you want to know real spiritual life, use this mantra. Who asked you? My friends, why the youngsters run away from the old people like us? Why? Because we are all the time, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन वो गए भाड़ में तुम क्यों नहीं जाते? All the time, the past. Or other mantra is, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Where are you now? In America. Be American. That you don't want. You are first generation, isn't it? Your children are American. they are not Indian. Don't try to make them Indian. And then complain, Swamiji, we want that our children should come over here. They will not come. They are not an Indian, they are American. Accept gracefully. Don't torture your personality. Then how to run this institution? Another youngsters, first generation are coming. They may not be related to you, but those who are sincere, want to live like you lived, hand over this institution to them. Don't expect your children will take it over, no. These are the facts of life, is it not? So wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. See, my friends, one other mantra is, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. There is no need. Now I will take you deeper inside. What is Ram? I am telling you now. See? When we see something or when we hear something, what happens? We comment. अच्छा है, बुरा है, etc. When something is established as good, we will be attached to that. When something is established according to our choice as bad, then we will have hatred for that. Net result, our mind will be carrying the two types of impressions, liking and disliking. I like this, I don't like this. I like this, I don't like this. Slowly, slowly, our personality is developed. And then our whole life is guided not by sham, but by the calm. What I like, that I will do. What I don't like, that I will not do. But what should be the way, what is the right should be done, what is wrong should be avoided. See? Therefore, friends, spiritual life is not digging in the past of the scriptures and then trying to evaluate whether Lord Rama was right or wrong. How this can happen? This is beyond our scope of comprehension. You know, it is something like this. I had some problem with my laptop. I was in Mumbai that time. And my friend was here in Las Vegas. So I called him. I said, hey, I'm stuck over here. I don't know what to do. He said, Swamiji, do this thing. I'll enter your computer and sort it out. So from Las Vegas, he entered my computer in Mumbai and he sorted it out. For me, the ignorant, oh, how can it happen? How can it happen? See? Because I cannot understand, does it mean it is a bluff? Is it that I am qualified to know and understand everything? For everything there is a own science. In the same manner, the Mahabharata and Ramayana, these are history books, historical events. See? Itihasa. Itihasa means itiha asa. Thus was in the past. It is not a cock and bull story. Many people, out of too much of imagination, they say, no, it is just to tell. No, it's not like that. See, friends, in the 15th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridisannimishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vidyaha Vedanta krut veda videva chaham. When I was talking on this particular topic, then just to make the things little lighter, satsanga is not becoming Gambhirananda. Relax. Na kuch pana, na kuch kona. See, friends, we have everything, but are we at peace with ourselves? See? We are all comforts. We are comfortably miserable. What is the use of that? As much rich people are happy as well as miserable, so much poor people are also happy and miserable. So the quality of the life is not because of the possessions, but not where you are, wherever you are, how you are. Changing the place and situation, going in the past and worrying about the future is not spiritual life. See? Therefore, when we read this particular verse, I was talking, so I just make it light-hearted. I said, see, Bhagavan Krishna said, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha. In the heart of everybody, I am in the form of tea. Chaha means tea. When I said like, there was one very Gambhira and the serious. Swamiji, how can you say Bhagavan Krishna had, during his time, there was no tea? How do you say like that? I said, you were there when Bhagavan Krishna was there? He said, no. I said, I was there. Then I told him, I said, do you know, those 16,100 wives were from where? They were from Pragjyotishpur. Pragjyotishpur is today's Guwahati in Assam. He who has 16,100 wives from Assam, can he be saved from tea? See? Even the sabji was made out of the tea leaves. Friends, spiritual life is not something achievement or failure. See? Then what he says, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha. I am the very core of every being. See? And what is that? Mattaha, because of me, smriti jnanam apohanancha. I support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Therefore, spiritual life is sarvaihi vedaihi aham eva vedya. What is spiritual life? We have to know our divine nature. Who was the 17th Chancellor of Germany? Do you know? No. Does it make any difference? See? What was the number of glasses of Mahatma Gandhi? Does it make any difference? What difference makes is, do we know ourselves who we are? Therefore, sarvaihi vedaihi aham eva vedya. Vedya means worthy of knowing. It doesn't matter about the world. Therefore, if we are committed to the spiritual life is not a social gathering where discussions are conducted about he, about that. He purchased that car. I know where from he gets the money. These are people like that, We are not like that, Ram, Ram, Ram. See? Therefore, my friends, Ramayana has to be lived by us. And what are the qualities? Qualities are very simple. Who is expressing through us? Now, you know all, what can I tell you? You know where from that qualities in Rama came? Bhagwan Ram was a teenager, being the eldest among the brothers. One day he asked his father, Dad, I want to go to the holy places around our country and visit the holy rivers, the temples, the Mahatmas. So Dasharath said, yes, you are welcome. As a teenager, I am telling you. And he moved around. And he came back, maybe after a year or so. And after he came back, he was withdrawn totally. Not talking to anybody, not interested in taking food, not going and taking bath. simply sitting like this. Because he was a royal child, servants were there. They were trying to help him. He will not respond to anybody. All the dasis were there trying to help him. He will not. And then it was a problem for them. So they wanted to come and talk to Dasharatha. This is one part of Bhagwan Ram's story. Now the second part. This Vishwamitra ji was conducting a yajna. We are talking about Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga is Karma Pradhan, Yajna Pradhan. So that time, these Rakshasas were coming and destroying the yajna. They used to put meat and all kinds of things. Therefore, he came to Dasharatha ji. And there was a big assembly that time when Vishwamitra ji came. So all of them were very happy. He was received with all honor, respect, everything. And then Dasharatha said, "Sir, what can I do for you? Please tell me." So he said, "I want your two sons, Ram and Lakshman. They will protect my karma kanda puja that I am doing from the Rakshasas." When this was said, Dasharatha said, "No, no, 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 I will come and do everything. No, no, my children, they are so small. Even if you press their teeth, the milk will come out. He is so delicate. No, 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 I can't. No, no, Rama, I can't give." Because Dasharatha was taking Rama as a human being. And Vishwamitra ji knew he is the avatar of Narayana. See the difference. And that very time, the servant comes. See the whole picture, how beautiful it is. Servant comes and tells, "We don't know what happened to the Ramji. He is not talking, he is not getting interested in anything, he is not taking food, he is not taking bath. We don't know what happened to him." So Dasharatha said, "Okay, please get him here." Bhagwan Ram, as a child, remember, he was not even 15 plus. He comes. And after coming, he salutes all the elders, his father, and all the Vishwamitra ji, Vasishtha ji, and sits on the floor. And then he was asked, "What happened to you?" He is sitting quiet. "Please tell." And then the first chapter of Yoga Vasishtha is what Bhagwan Rama at that age has learned from the world. That is why I was telling you, if you ask my spiritual practice, what I have learned from every experience of life. No experience is a failure or bad if we have learned from that experience. If we repeat our failures, then we have not learned. And if we have learned from our failure, we are never a failure. We will grow wise. And therefore, in the first part of this Yoga Vasishtha, first chapter you can call it, Bhagwan Ram tells about his dispassion toward the world. He said, "I have moved everywhere. People are dying, fighting for nothing. And what is this world?" He enumerates lives of the elderly people, life of the youngsters, life of the children, and all of them are going through like a turmoil of existence. Is this life? Are we born only for that? To be born, to die? Or what is the purpose of our being in the human form? Bhagwan Rama asks. See, friends, stones and bricks have only one attribute, existence. Plants are evolved. Plants have existence and life. Further evolution, animals, existence, life, and knowledge. See, I was in Alaska, in a particular place, name I don't remember. So when we went there was a big lake in addition to the ocean nearby. So my friend says, "Swamiji, you have come at the right time. Now see what is happening. You know that Salma fish, something like Salman or something like that fish, they were coming in innumerable numbers and jumping from the ocean into that lake and all that, you know. It was a connected lake almost. Millions of them. Then he said, you will see. They come here, both male and female. They deliver their eggs. The fertilization of the fish happens in the water. So female eggs and male sperms, they unite and the fingerlings are born. And when that is done, both the male and female die. And they again are thrown back in the ocean, and those fingerlings also go back, and again they go throughout the world, year they move around, again next that batch comes, this going on continuously. Without GPS, they come perfectly well. When I heard and saw that, that was my thing. Are we born to die? Is it the only purpose of our life? See? Sasyamiyo martyaha pachyate sasyamiva jayate punaha. See friends, like the grass we grow in a season, and like the grass we die in the next season. Is this what human beings are for? So, stones and bricks, pure existence, plants existence plus knowledge, animals existence, knowledge, existence, life plus knowledge. If we limit here, why we should be called human beings? This was the question of Bhagwan Ram. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunancha. 4 things. Ahara, sleeping. Nidra, Ahara, eating. Nidra, sleeping. Bhaya, sense of insecurity. And Maithunam, procreation. If these are the only 4 things we have attained in our life, why we should be called human beings? See friends, if we are human beings, we have to add something. This was Bhagwan Ram's inquiry. And he was so miserable by looking at the whole world that all the human beings are living like this thing. They are born, they start growing first vertically, then horizontally, and then achieve or fail, and one day they die. Is that all life? I feel I should commit suicide. I am not happy with this life. There is no point in living like this thing. This was the foundation of Bhagwan Ram's life. After going through this satsanga, thereafter the whole Yoga Vasishtha is born. So before Bhagwan Ram was told that he will be the king, he was done all the rituals. That time also he was untouched by all those pomp and show. He is going to be the tomorrow's king. Everything was done. That time also he was not excited. And the next day, when he was sentenced to the forest for 14 years, he was not depressed. Where from that came? It did not come from heavens. It came from satsanga. See? This is Ram. So if we want really to learn about Rama, the first thing to be learned is on what foundation the whole life of Bhagwan Rama was established. See? And you can see it in everyday life. Our whole life is like animals only. I'll tell you one example. This happened in Delhi many years before. I was pretty young that time. In an area which was not developed, one of my friend had a newly constructed house. All around only rough area, nothing vegetation, nothing like habitation, only wild things. It was raining like today, but more heavily. I was sitting in the veranda and watching the rains in the evening, tube lights, and I had a nice cup of tea. When I take tea, I am on the top of the world. So I was enjoying my tea. And watching, because of the climate and the light and evening, so many insects came around the tube light. When they came there, then one baby lizard came for the dinner. So the lizard came and did the prayer. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagno Brahmanam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. The prayer was offered. And when the baby lizard started to attack and eat something, that small insect ran away. Sense of insecurity, protecting oneself, ran away. She tried again, the same thing happened, and I was watching that. Thereafter, a big lizard came and then wanted to attack this baby lizard. And when this big lizard attacked the baby lizard out of fear fell down. And it fell on my hand. Then I was also afraid. I also ran. And the conclusion was this. What is the difference between the insect, the baby lizard, and the big lizard and me? Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha. Is this all life? Think, friends. So important. This was known to Bhagavan Ram. And therefore, achievements or failures has not disturbed his equipoise. See, friends, this is what Bhagavad Gita tells. That mantra, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. You know how this mantra was born? In Washington, D.C., in somebody's house, we had a satsang. So when I went, all the people, very well read like all of you, they say, Swamiji, we have been listening to Gita for so many years. Tell us a whole Bhagavad Gita in one sentence. I said, okay, so simple it is. Then I told this. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% is Bhagavad Gita. How can we say like that? I said, you have studied, you find out. No, tell us. I said, okay. What was Arjuna's problem? War was the problem? No. That was his profession. See? What was the problem? Grandfather was the problem? Guru was the problem? Brothers was the problem? No. Problem was, who is he at a given period of time? At the end of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna asked Arjuna the same thing. Kaschit eta shrutam partha tvaya ekagrena chetasa. Arjun, did you listen to the whole discourse? The single pointedly, yes. Kaschit ajnana sammoha. Your wrong notion about life. Are they gone or not? And Bhagavan says, Vimrushya etat asheshena. Now you think properly and be very attentive. And yathechasi tata kuru. Never make decisions for others. And as a result, what Arjuna told? He didn't say, I got knowledge. He said, Nashto moha. My delusion gone. What is the delusion? What for I am here on the battlefield? See? What for we are in the human form? Ahara nidra bhaya maithunancha. Or we have to be such a fit instrument that He will select us and express through us. Apanipado. Bhagavan has no hands and legs. He is searching for free hands which are available so that he can function through those hands. He doesn't have the speech. See? Therefore, he is wanting a speech which is not lost in self-glorification of the past and condemning others. Then, through that speech alone, he can express. See, friends, he wants such a mind which is free from likes and dislikes, so that he can embrace the whole universe as his own being. He wants such an intellect which is not intellectual perverted one, but the one which can help discover the divinity in the seeker. See, friends, therefore, if we want to learn about Ramayana, we have to have this foundation. Rama was Rama only because of the satsanga before he started living his life. Now, we all talk about, no, Swamiji, our children should be taught this thing. When you were children, did you do anything? Oh, Swamiji, such things. So now, take care of yourself. And how to take care of ourselves? With some anecdotes from Ramayana, we'll try to learn and make this life as our last incarnation. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Iha samsare kaludustare, krupaya pare, pahi murare, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam. Enough of this, enough of this. See, friends, it is for this purpose, satsanga is the backbone of our life. You may not go to temple, you may not take bath, you may not observe fast, you may not give anything in charity, you may not help anybody, doesn't matter. But satsanga twice a day is no compromise. Listen the same, this I learned from you. Many of them write to me and say, Swamiji, we don't know how to thank you, but you have changed our life. Earlier I was such a problem to myself and for everybody in the house. But now, as you told in your one of the talk, listen the same talk in the morning for 1 hour or so, the same talk listen in the evening. You will get 2 different messages needed for your spiritual evolution. दुनिया गई भाड़ में, अपना भला करो. See, friends, therefore, Bhagwan Ram's life is a guidance for every seeker. I am not bringing Bhagwan Krishna here because the rule is follow the lifestyle of Bhagwan Ram and follow the instructions of Bhagwan Krishna. If you do the other way around, following the lifestyle of Bhagwan Krishna, you will suffer. With one you are suffering 16,000, you can imagine. So, lifestyle of Bhagwan Rama and the philosophy of Bhagwan Krishna, follow, make a best combination and make the life fulfilled. See, friends, it is in our hands. Enough is enough now. See, I keep on going here and there. Now here I come to my Rita Amma's house. See, she is so happy when I come here. Do you know why? When I come here, she is very happy. Papa is also very happy. One day goes back, our happiness increases. One day gone. 2 days go back, she is more happy. Now I am here for 3 days. 3 days, so I am very happy. 4th day I go, height of happiness. If I come here and stay for good, she will have to say, Swamiji, यहाँ से जाने का कितना लेते हैं? See, friends, before somebody has to tell us, Mom, will you please keep quiet? Don't meddle in our life. Before that, the mother should have wisdom to keep mouth shut. How important it is. I am not cooking the stories because so many people come and talk to us. One girl whom I knew when she was 7-8 years old, now she is a mother, her son is in college. When she was carrying for the second time, I happened to be in the same town where she was. She called me. And she says, Swamiji, I don't know how to talk to you, where you are, I don't know, I want to talk to you. I said, I am in this place. Oh, I am also here only, I'll come and meet. So she came in the evening after work, a software engineer. And she was carrying maybe 7.5 or so. So after dinner, somewhere, then we went for a small walk around the house. She started crying. हमने कहा यार रोना धोना बंद करो, tell what is it. After her that bout of frustration was over, she said, Swamiji, today before going to work, I told my mother, you go back to India, I don't want you. She started crying. I started crying. I went to work. Whole work was done, but I was frustrated. Now again I had to go and face her. What will I do? Then she said, you know why I told her? I said, I don't know. Since she came here, last 3 months she is here. Every day only one theme. How my brother's wife is bad. I was fed up. Is there anything else in this world or only daughter-in-law? How long? Now when that girl told her mother, you go back to India, my friends, when the children have to speak harsh to the parents, don't think they are happy. They are hurt more than the parents. Here, prepare yourself before we are taken away. And that is the spiritual life. Now, for this, what are the steps we have to take? We have to take according to the guidance from Ramayana. We'll try to learn in next 2 days. See friends, let us make it a firm resolution. This is our last incarnation. Nothing more, nothing less. Give it a try. It is possible. It will be done. No doubt about it. How do we achieve it? In tomorrow's episode, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.